Hey guys, how you doing? So following on from the outbuilding video, one of the feedbacks I got was to maybe talk a little bit about what you do to potentially prepare for the IR course. So today I'm just going to talk a little bit about that. Stay tuned. So guys, the first part then is what can we do before the course to try to get ready? The honest answer is there's probably not a great deal beforehand on the IR because we're not qualified yet, so you can't really go practice flying into cloud or anything like that because you don't want to smash into the ground. That's a big no-no. But there is two things that we can do. The first one is pick up your old notes, probably from PPL stage, instrument flying, and just have a browse and going over instrument scans and flow, T-scans and all that sort of thing. That will help you. And then the other thing, which is also equally important, is dusting off that horrific jet manual, which we probably, hopefully didn't burn after the ATPLs, thinking we'll never need it again. Just look at it and then go back over how what instrument place looks like and what you can and remind yourself basically of all of it. Right guys, so the other part of the prep is equipment. What equipment do I actually need to be able to get going? So there's two things that were game changers for me, and forgive me if I'm teaching you sug eggs and it's really obvious stuff, but it's not always obvious for everybody. And the first one is your knee board. So for the aircraft type that you're going to be flying, for example DA42, because it's got a stick, you'd need a special DA42 knee board. Get hold of those. Or if you're flying something else with a yoke, then probably just your standard A4 clipboard will work quite well. And the other thing which I did, which helped me, but it's a little bit expensive, maybe not a must, is I actually ended up getting an electronic flight bag, basically just an iPad with ForeFlight on it and the jet plates. And what that allowed was, during the IR, I had a moving map with the aircraft overlaid on it, on the plate. And 9 out of 10 people, a lot more competent than me, probably wouldn't need it. But for me, it helped me. So for example, you're barreling into a hold, your head's a bit mush and you're wondering, which way am I going to turn, left or right? Having the map displayed, or the aircraft on the map, actually solves that argument pretty quickly. All in, it probably cost about £1,000, £1,000, 500 for the iPad, and then about 500 for the ForeFlight subscription with the jet plates. That's it for equipment. Right guys, so for the next part, so we're now on the IR course. What can I be doing to improve my chances or to get the most out of it? So the big one is just prep. You know, the more you do ahead of time before your class or your lesson or whatever, the much easier it's going to be. So what I tended to do is the night before, if I knew, or something good time, is all the usual stuff. Plot your route if you're flying a route, or if you're doing halts or you're practicing VLR tracking, and just go back over it, revise it, look at it and get yourself happy with it. All the other usual stuff if you're going flying, so no terms, weather, fuel planning and so on and so forth. Get all of that sorted and tied down the night before. And also plates, make sure you've got all the plates and so on as well the night before, and that will just smooth out the day once you come to fly. The other one, which is probably overlooked, is get yourself a really good night's sleep. As simple as that sounds, what you're going to be doing is going to be quite mentally demanding, quite draining. So you need to be well rested, otherwise you're not going to get the most out of your flights or your sim sessions. So on the day that you're actually going to be flying or going into the sim, you want to turn up nice and early to the airfield or to your school, so you're not in a rush and you've got loads and loads of time to do that. And basically, yeah, just enjoy the lesson, go do your flying, go do what you need to do. So you come back after the lesson, you've had your debrief and so on. What can you do to potentially consolidate? Hey guys, if you have the opportunity, you want to backseat as many people's flights as you possibly can. You want to do as much seat and armchair flying as you can, going over and practicing your checklists and so on and so forth. So here's where I found Microsoft Flight Sim was just an amazing tool. There's many other flight simulators on there. Right, cool. So you're smashing through your IR course now. You're getting towards the end. What can you do to improve your chances of getting that elusive first time pass? So I guess the most important one is, from what I learned, is don't rush, just take your time. I know you'll be looking at your course mates or your friends and so on getting through and being put forward for the test, but if you're not ready or your instructor doesn't feel you're ready, don't rush the process, just take your time. If you need a little bit more time in the sim, great, do it. Or if you need another bit more time in the aircraft, great, again, just do that. It's much better to spend an extra hour or two or whatever brushing up and just delay your test ever so slightly, rather than rushing to your test and then failing your test, and then suddenly you've got to pay for the examiner speed, you've got to pay for the aircraft and all that. So yeah, just take your time and enjoy it, and of course, try to relax. So guys, just to wrap up then, one of the things I didn't mention was potential routes towards getting your IR. I went in through the competency-based IR because I already had a restricted IR rating, and that rating is only available in the UK. But if you have the opportunity to do that and you're a modular person, it might work out a little bit more economical doing a restricted IR and then doing a competency-based IR. It says exactly what it is, competency-based. So try, if you want to be successful with the competency-based IR, you actually have to turn up, as my old instructor used to say, with the competency. So if you did an restricted IR on IMC rating 5 years ago, and I've done 2 hours flying IR in the last 12 months, and don't expect that you'll have an easy ride on a competency-based IR. It will probably be more cost effective for you just to do the full IR. So yeah, the competency-based IR is an amazing route, but as I say, you have to actually turn up with the competency to make it work. All right guys, all the best, good luck, cheers.